You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. Here we continue on my review of Grimm fairy tales. The fan service version. Hot, sexier, bloody, and gorier, darker, and edgier. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about the fan service, and I'm straight, but if you look past all the sexy pictures, you could actually see the moral of the story. But anyway, let's get on to this next one. The Three Little Piggies. You may think that three boys are going to be in a situation and all of a sudden they meet Sela and they might read the story of the Three Little Pigs and might come across a bloodier version. Well, my friends, you're wrong. This is going to take a different turn. So, how does the story begin? Okay. There were three pigs. No, not really. More like slackers. Jerks, rather. Smoking, getting high, playing video games, and thinking about robbing some sort of store or place. All because of their own selfish needs. However, these three boys were suddenly being visited by, of course, Sela Mathers. Sela came to see one of her students by the name of Brian, the guy who's got the Nazi tattoo on his chest. Despicable bastard. Sela came to see if he was okay. The student by the name of Brian couldn't really care less about school and all. However, Sela spoke against Brian, saying that he shouldn't be hanging out with such losers, as she refers to Brian's friends. Brian's friends take immediate offense, and they look like they want to threaten her. But Sela managed to get the upper hand and managed to turn the boys into pigs. And by pigs, I mean humanoid-looking pigs. Disgusting, horrendous sights. And she led them into the book of the story, The Three Little Pigs. Dressed in some sort of red attire that shows off cutout sides, and of course showing a little bit of cleavage and a more dominatrix style to it. Yeah, I'm not really into people wearing that stuff, but she kind of wears that outfit for a reason of punishment. And it gets pretty violent. So, I hope you guys got a strong stomach for this. Here we go. Sela encounters the first pig in a house of straw. Literally, it's made out of straw. But she confronts him, the man, by the name of Teddy. She says that this is going to be your short-lived life. Teddy was insulting Sela, demanding to be changed back to normal. He didn't want to be like this. Sela agreed, but she had to point out that he himself had done some terrible things. Teddy denied it, but Sela called him out on it, such as an old lady that he stole her purse from, which the woman, the poor old lady, died of a heart attack from the shock. Second, Teddy's girlfriend by the name of Sarah Peters, who didn't want to get too intimate right now, saying she wasn't ready, but Teddy, he didn't listen and wanted to show her the time of her life, sort of thing. Sela also tells Teddy of the time how they hurt a nice old couple. Teddy claims that she can't prove anything. Sela agrees and says that he has been tried, and also he's going to have to deal with the consequences, ending it by saying, You're gonna have to face the music. Teddy could hear someone growl, "Little pig, let me come in, or I'll huff and puff." The big bad wolf was there. Sela introduced Teddy to his executioner. Teddy tried to beg for his life. However, Sela gives no sympathy for him. And the wolf kills Teddy. Sela walked over to a house literally made out of sticks. There was the second pig. And that one was Mikey. Mikey was insulting, cursing, and letting out profanities at Sela. But Sela managed to scold at him, even knocking him down, reminding him of the terrible things he had done himself. Such as one, he actually tried to cause his pregnant girlfriend to have a miscarriage. Mikey tried to explain that the so-called hussy, sorry, I'm not going to use language here, but I'm going to use hussy, which is another word for, yeah. Anyway, saying that she was the one that cheated on Mikey, and that wasn't even his kid. However, Sela said, "Oh, sure, Mikey." Then Sela brought up on how there was this one black kid who got beaten up by Mikey and his bigoted friends, leaving the poor boy out on the street, and now he's a cripple. Oh man, I know. This sounds really sad. And that guy took no remorse in what he did. So then, Sela tells him that it was time to face his punishment, since he shed no remorse. The big bad wolf managed to blow down that house and attack Mikey, also killing him. Mikey tried to get away. However, Sela managed to get away. But she had a bit of sinister to her. I can't exactly blame her. Those two guys deserve it. But what about Brian? Well, to the house of bricks Sela went. And there, Brian noticed of his transformation and what happened to him. He heard someone at the door and wanted to open it, but Sela's voice said, "You really don't want to open that door now, do you?" Brian wanted to know what was going on. Why is this happening to him? But Sela calls him out on it, saying, "What happened to you, Brian? You had so much potential, and then you stopped coming to class altogether." Brian claims that school wasn't the place for him. Sela managed to call him out on how frying his brain with drugs and also stealing from people, making them scared and out of their wits, and how elderly couple, which these boys were stealing from, old defenseless people. Think about that for a second. Brian claims that he needed money. However, Sela was surprised, saying, you mean you couldn't get a job? Or like you couldn't even get some?" However, Brian says that that was only just for losers, and he was much better, claiming a man gets what he wants. However, he heard footsteps on the roof, and he heard that wolf saying, "I'm coming for you, little pig." But Brian claims, "Oh no, you ain't." So he started a fire in the fireplace. The wolf came down, and he's dead. Brian was seemingly victorious. However, he says to Sela that he takes no remorse, and he doesn't want to say sorry, because he learned that in this life, that he takes what he wants, gets what he wants. And working hard is just for so-called losers. Sela remarks on, "Where in the world did you even hear about that?" Didn't you pay any attention in my class? However, Brian doesn't even care. So, Sela decided, you know what? Fine. So, the wolf came back to life, miraculously, much to Brian's dismay. And of course, Brian met the same fate. And Sela left. Back in reality, Sela was thinking about how this could be much better if people didn't have to go and hurt others. She wonders if this kind of punishment was the way to show them. As she was leaving, a few thug-looking guys wanted to hit on her, but she ignores them. However, one of them tries to call her out on it, saying, "Hey, bitch." Sela was offended, and she looked like she was going to do the same to them, saying, "What did you just say?" But luckily, this guy was smarter, and he said, No, sorry, didn't mean to, miss." Sela turned away, saying, "Didn't think so," and she walked off into the sunset. Now, okay, I have to admit, those 3 guys got what they deserve. I know I shouldn't say it like that as a heartless thing, but come on. Stealing a purse from an old lady, hurting your girlfriends, and also skipping school, stealing from other people, and getting high. Now look. I have nothing against people who struggled with drugs. No, I actually have sympathy because some of them may have hard times. And sometimes people, they use drugs to escape it, but some like to get high. They like that feeling. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic. But anyway, seriously, that's a lesson learned for you people. Never, ever, never skip out school, because who knows what kind of potential you guys have. And this story became another favorite of mine. I just love how Sela enjoys seeing all these 3 piggies suffer. Besides, they deserve it because, hello, stealing from others, take no remorse. How crazy can that be? So yeah, I thought this one was a pretty good one. A really, really good story. So yeah. It was okay. Really good. But Sela, man, that must have been really cool, the way she just took their lives, even though they deserve it. I know I say that a lot, but come on. You can't just hurt innocent people. What did they ever do to you? So, enough of the blabbering. I think it's time that I end this, but don't worry. This is going to be another to be continued. And I'll see you guys next time.